What's up, people? What's up? This is your boy Big K Solo. And just like I said yesterday, I was going to do a story yesterday after I finished my live. I said, once I finish the live, I'm going to do a story about 2 or 2:30. But guess what? I fell asleep. I ain't going to front. I fell asleep and I loved it. Believe me, it was a good goddamn sleep. You heard? But anyway, guys, let me give you a little story, man. You know, it's story time. You feeling me? All right, so I'm gonna give you a story, and this story is about. Hold on, let me put this. Let me put this over here. Make a little room for my shoulders. You feeling me? So this story is about no other than the rocksteady crew and the Hughes Boys, the crew that I was in. You see, but it was a difference because my crew, we was not. How can I say? We was not Rocksteady was a breakdancing crew. You understand what I'm saying? There was breakdancing, electric boogie, stuff like that. Not the Hughes Boys. The Hughes Boys was uh, a violent crew. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? We was a street gang that, we used to get busy with our thing was not. Let's put you like this. Our thing was not dancing. Our thing was just getting fighting and just chaos. You feel me? That was the Hughes Boys. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth is the truth. We was just chaos. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of young Puerto Ricans and blacks just creating chaos. I swear to God. But anyway, the story's about how we almost retired the Rocksteady crew. I'm gonna keep it official with you. Rocksteady crew always been a fancy breakdancing electric boogie crew, and you had dudes that used to know how to fight, like Buck Four, an ex-boxer, Kuriaki, an ex-boxer, Buck's Four brother, Flex, an ex-boxer. Me, ex-boxer, Felipe, ex-boxer, Felipe's brother, ex-boxer. So you had a lot of guys that knew how to fight, you know what I'm saying? And the rest of the guys knew how to fight, but street fights, you feel me? So this story is about one summer day, and it was in the year of 86. 86 or 87. 86. It was the summer of 86. I can never forget this. The summer of 86. That's when the Hughes Boys, it was me, Holy Cow, God rest his soul, that we was trying to get the Hughes Boys back like they were at one time. And at one time, Hughes Boys, when the drug shit started coming out, that mad people started using drugs, mad people started selling drugs. So, it was like everybody was like separating. And that was kind of, let's keep it official, it was kind of fucked up. But everybody was separating, until me and Holy Cow, you know what I'm saying? Holy Cow was an officer. An officer means that he had the biggest rank in the Hughes Boys. You feel me? Me, I was a Bronx, New York. I had the second highest rank. And then from a Bronx, New York, you have Bronx. That's a rank. And then you get to New York. That's another rank. And then, you understand what I'm saying? You got to work yourself to the ranks. So anyway, so me and Holy Cow decided that we got to clean the Hughes Boys up and we got to bring them back together. And we did. So the summer of 86 was beautiful because we had all the right numbers back. You know what I'm saying? All the Hughes Boys that was separated, that was going here, going there, we brought them back. So the Hughes Boys count. At that time, I ain't gonna lie, everybody could say it. The Hughes Boys count, and I'm talking about the Hughes Boys in the Bronx. It was like about at least 300 to 400. No lie, 300 to 400 members. Hughes Boys. That's what I'm saying. That Hughes Boys was one of the biggest gangs in the Bronx at one time. And if you was from Tremont, Belmont, Arthur, Grand Concourse, Fordham Road, Creston, and that's another side to the Bronx. If you was from that side of the Bronx, you heard of the Hughes Boys. No question about that. As a matter of fact, even from the Bronx, period, you heard of Hughes Boys. Brooklyn heard of Hughes Boys. So we went to Red Hood, And I said this many times that the Chingalings was our godfather. The Chingaling was a motorcycle gang. They was our godfather. And we had to go to Brooklyn twice to go against this other gang that it was the Red Hood, that they was a part of the Red Hood projects. And the Chingalings brought us to take care of these two gangs that was out there creating chaos. But the Chingalings didn't do nothing about it because they said that they was young guys like us, so they didn't want to, they didn't want to get busy with young guys. And I gotta say that's bullshit. I gotta say that's a lie. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, Hughes Boys had numbers. We had the numbers, and we had guys that was crazy. We was not scared. We was not gonna back down. So that's why they brought us 2 times to Brooklyn, and that's why every time we used to go to Brooklyn, we was always welcome. I mean, that's one thing. The Chingalings always welcome us in Brooklyn. The door was always open to us. You understand what I'm saying? That was a beautiful thing. Anyway, back to the Bronx. So I remember one time, like I said, in the summertime of '86, we had Mousy. Mousy is a Hughes boy. Mousy right now is a Latin King, just like me. But at one time he was a Hughes boy. And I was a Hughes boy, but I'm always gonna be a Hughes boy in my heart. You understand what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be in there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Mousy and a few of the guys, it was like about 3 or 4 guys, Mousy and 3 other Hughes boys, that they went to go get some weed. And for them to go get the weed, they went, they had to walk from Hughes Avenue all the way to 183rd in Cortona. That was my old block. That's the block of Rocksteady. That's where Rocksteady headquarters was at. Flex, Bucky's lived there, and Kuriaki. So remember, like I said, Kuriaki and Bucky was like brothers, man. Like, this is why I can't understand why those 2 guys wind up the way they wind up. You understand? They both got murdered. Anyway, so Mousy goes to 183rd. He goes over there with 3 other Hughes boys, and I forgot the Hughes boys, but I know it was Mousy that had the problem. So Mousy goes over there, and they buy their weed, whatever, but they bump into this dude whose name was Jesus. Jesus was also an ex-boxer. Jesus and I used to not get along with each other. I used to not like Jesus. Me and Jesus used to live in the same building back in the days, and that building was by Hunts Point, right across the street from the school PS 48. Right across the street from the school PS 48. That was my, one time I used to go to that school, but when I went back to live over there by Hunts Point, I was right across the street from that school, but I was not going to that school. I was going to IS 74. Now, the famous jail for the young kids, it was right there. You used to walk in, you was right there. What's the name of that jail, man? Oh, God, what was the name of that jail? It was for young kids. And all the young kids, like 13, 14, 15, would go over there. Spofford. Yeah, Spofford. That was the jail that for young kids. I never got to Spofford. I never made it. You feel me? I never made it. But Spofford, I used to walk to Spofford. I used to live right there in the same block where Spofford was. I used to like I get out of my building and you walk like maybe about 2 minutes and you right there by Spofford. I'm serious. I used to look at them like, and they used to tell me, yeah, that's a jail for young guys and stuff like that. But I was too young to get into Spofford. But once I did what I did, I graduated really quick to the big times. I never went to Spofford. You feel me? It's like recruiting a rookie that he doesn't go to a minor league. He goes right straight to the professional league. So that's what happened to me. So anyway, so I knew Jesus from then. And me and Jesus at one time, we was about to get busy. We was about to fight each other. And I remember that my mother called me out the window, hey, come upstairs, blah, 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 and I had to listen to Mama Duke. I was only like 12 going to 13, or I was already 13 years old. I can't remember. So I had to go upstairs and shit like that. So I never got to fight Jesus, but it would have been a good fight. Oh, yeah, it would have been definitely a good fight. 2 young boxers. Oh, it would have been nice. At that time, I didn't win the Golden Glove. Jesus didn't have no Golden. I don't think Jesus ever won the Golden Glove. I don't think Jesus went as the amount that I went. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so now a few years passes by. We both young teenagers. I'm in one of the biggest gangs in the Bronx. Jesus was like, at that time, he was like bouncing different, place to place to place. Everywhere he used to go, he used to get in trouble. If somebody if Jesus did not have no problems, it was a miracle. Jesus was a problem kid. Everywhere he went, it was problems with Jesus because Jesus was a dude that didn't know how to stay quiet. He was a dude that I gotta give it to Jesus. Jesus had balls. He was a fighter. He didn't give a damn. You understand what I'm saying? And that was his downfall. That was his downfall, and I'm gonna tell you why that was his downfall after the show, after the story is over with. So anyway, now a couple years passes by. Mousy goes over there, get the weed. Mousy comes back. Mousy and three other Hughes boys come back, and they coming back and they mad tight. Mousy got a little tears coming out his eyes. But when we look at Mousy, Mousy had like a little bruise. You feel me? Like a little cookie in the eye. So we told Mousy what happened. Mousy said, yo, I went over there to get some weed, and there was this dude. He was looking at me, and I started looking at him. The next thing you know, we went at it, and, he got the best of me. But once he got the best of me, they was going to jump us. And I'm like, that was going to jump you? Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And they kept calling the kid Jesus. So I never thought in a million years that's the Jesus that I know. And Jesus' aunt, her name was Rosie. Rosie was like family, man. Rosie was like family. She was my mother's comadre. That means Rosie baptized. I don't know. I forgot who Rosie baptized, but Rosie baptized my little sister Angie. So there was like compadres, whatever whatever you want to call it. So Rosie, like I said, Rosie was like family, man. No question about that. I always loved it. Rosie, I don't know if Rosie passed away or not. I don't know. But if she did, may God rest, may she rest in peace, whatever. But I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I haven't seen Rosie in years. The last time I saw Rosie was the day that we went to go bury my mother, and she didn't want to show up because she was messing around with drugs at that time, and she felt a little bad, a little embarrassed to go to a funeral and, see the family, and she was not doing so good. So it's understandable. So anyway, but like I said, she was one of my mother's, at one time, she was my mother's best friend. Okay, now, we go over there. Mousy comes back. He's mad tight. I'm hearing about Jesus. So, like I said, I never thought that's the Jesus. So, what happened? We get all together now. Every damn Hughes boy that's in Hughes Avenue, we getting them together. From me and I don't know if it was Des, but for me and Des and three other Hughes boys and Mousy and the other three Hughes boys, all together it's like 7 Hughes boys. Bro, in about 5 minutes passes by, that's 30 Hughes boys. Another 10 minutes passes by, that's like 60 Hughes boys. Altogether, it was like 70 Hughes boys. Serious. Now, no lying, bro. Like 70 Hughes boys. And that's the Hughes boys that was around that area at that time. Not counting other Hughes boys that was in the movies or that was out there chilling with other Hughes boys, drinking a little beer, smoking a little weed, they used to disappear or whatever. Not counting those Hughes boys. So imagine if all those Hughes boys would have been there. Like imagine if it was like a meeting day. When we used to go and have meetings once a week or once every 2 weeks, bro, that's when we just see the 300 to 400 Hughes boys, 300 to 350 to 400 Hughes boys, I remember. No question. I mean, it was so many Hughes boys sometimes that we had to take a meeting. We had to do the meeting up in the roof. That's how many Hughes boys it was there. So anyway, 70 Hughes boys is enough. Trust me. So everybody starts to get together. Okay. Next thing you already know, 2 toolies. You know what I'm saying? We went and picked up two burners. We had 2 burners on us. So I ain't gonna say who had the burners, what, but because if I tell you that, I'm lying because I don't remember who had the burners. That was years ago, 86, bro. So imagine. So anyway, but I do remember there was 2 burners, and there was like 70 of us. So we all go over there. Boom. We chilling. We looking like the army, bro. Now, Mousy messed up. Or was it the other one? I forgot. But one of them said, yo, I believe it was the Rocksteadies that was there with that started the drama. So I looked at I know I looked at whoever. Why I keep thinking about Mousy? I don't know. So let's just say Mousy. So I looked at Mousy and I said, Mousy, you sure that was Rocksteady? He was like, yo, Solo, you know, I've been in that block. I know the Rocksteady crew. You know, I know, I believe 2 or 3 of them was there. So now as Rocksteady being there and as Rocksteady allowing that to happen to a Hughes boy, that was bad because Hughes Boys and Rocksteady always had a agreement that, and we was always tight, you know, that if we see one of you guys in trouble, we're gonna help you guys out with no problem. And if you ever see one of our guys in trouble, you look out. You understand what I'm saying? So for something like that to happen, and for Rocksteady to let it go, that was a violation. So we're gonna go over there and we're gonna go over there, we're gonna damage Rocksteady. That was the plan. Once Mousy said that, that was the plan. Let's go over there and just blow up that whole block. You feeling me? No prisoners. So everybody's thinking Rocksteady. Okay. A few of the Hughes boys, all they was thinking about is getting after, you know, praying that one of the main Rocksteady guys was there. And I'm talking about main guys like Buck Fall, Kuriaki, Crazy Legs, Ken Swift, you know, those, the main Rocksteady guys, the main dancers and electric boogies. You know what I'm saying? The guys that used to dance electric, break dance, and the guys that used to do electric boogie. And there was always more break dancers than electric boogie dancers in the Rocksteady. Everybody that knows Rocksteady knows that. So anyway, but now, like I said, a lot of the Hughes boys are getting thirsty. Now they want to make a name for themselves. I'm not going to lie. So they were like, oh, yeah, man, we're going to get Crazy Legs. We're going to get Bucky. We're going to get one of those guys. And then we all there. We all going to get them. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, just imagine if that would have happened. If that would have happened, you know, it would have skyrocketed the Hughes boys, you know, how can I say? We was already up here. If we would have damaged the Rocksteady crew, we would have been like, you feel me? Because Rocksteady was down with Sulu Nation. Rocksteady was a part of Sulu Nation at one time, no question about that. You know, saying, you know, that I know because African Bambaataa, that's another story. I said that story about African Bambaataa by going to his house and that nigga started playing some homo movies and we started taking his clothes, his radio, threw it out the window. That's a big drama. Look for that video. It's around there. So anyway, you know, we knew Rocksteady was down with the Sulu Nations, but we didn't give a damn, bro. I mean, bro, who gonna mess with us, B? We had crazy numbers. Plus, we also had the Chingalings. We had the Black Falcons that was holding us down. You understand what I'm saying? And you had the other dudes from other crews that to score some points with the Hughes boys, they would have got down with us. And I'm talking about like the world famous crew. Talking about at that time our biggest enemy TCK. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they would have got down with us. I mean, Masterminds. Man, you had so many other crews, man, that it was not. It was crazy at that time. This is the '80s, bro. You understand? So anyway, we walking over there because to walk to 183rd from Hughes Avenue to 183rd is like about a good. If you walk in Express, like if you're going to Express, don't not stopping, not talking to nobody, yo, what's up, and all that shit, and you walk in Express, I said you could be there by 15, 20 minutes. 20 minutes walking over there. Now, if you walking regular, I say like about a half an hour. But now, when we walking, we mad tight. So we got there like in 15 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Because I remember a few Hughes boys had cars. You know what I'm saying? So it was like about, I remember 3 or 4 cars because the 2 burners was carried by one of the guys that had a car. it was like separated. Like, okay, you got a car, you hold one, you hold the other. You understand? Make sure that if any one of them gets caught, they catches one guy and we lose only one gun. You feel me? And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? We lose one. We don't want to lose two. That's not good. You lose two weapons, that's not good. And I'm talking about back in the days, man. I'm not talking about now. Now, K Solo is a regular citizen. You understand what I'm saying? That when I was crazy young. So anybody that looking at this video, I don't live that way. And I'm not promoting violence. I'm not. I'm just saying the story. When we was young, how Hughes Boys and Rocksteady almost went at it. So anyway, we almost there by Rocksteady. Almost there. We could see the block 183rd. You feel me? And the Taino building is right here. The pizza shop where the shit happened at, it was right in the corner of 183rd and Katona. So when I see Mousy stop, I'm like, wait a minute. That's not where Rocksteady hangs out. Rocksteady hangs out right in the middle of the block. 183rd Katona. You got 183rd Katona, then you got the Puerto Ricans, then you got the Italians. You understand what I'm saying? Back in that time. So I know in this corner it's not Rocksteady. It was another crew, but I forgot their name. I really forgot their name. So when I'm looking like this, who do I see walking our way? Flex, Bucky, Kuriaki, Angel, Kuriaki's brother, and a few more people. Altogether, like about 30 people from the Rocksteady crew started walking up to where we was walking, where we was coming at. You know what I'm saying? We was meeting each other right there, corner to corner. But it was not with the Rocksteady crew that the problem happened. It was with the other crew that I forgot the name, but they was right there between 183rd and Prospect. That's where they was hanging out. And I forgot the name. It was like a little hill. And, I forgot the name of that crew. But anyway, there was a pizzeria there. And that was like the headquarters for that crew. So when we get to the corner that we see when Rocksteady coming to us, man, next thing you know, everybody from the Hughes Boys just pulling out the knife. Blah, that's all you see. Clack, 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 clack. Like 007, switchblades. I mean, bro, everyone, mostly everyone that was a Hughes Boy that went that day, let's say 70 Hughes Boys or 65 Hughes Boys, I say at least 40 Hughes Boys all had knives. 007. And that time, that's why everybody used to rock the 007. The shit was like this. You open the blade, forget about it. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was something to be scared about. So 007 starts pulling out. Switchblade, the one that used to hit that, they used to pop out, no question. Like I said, it was like about 40 knives, though. And everybody else was just hands. A few had brass knuckles, and like I said, 2 burners. So we seen Rocksteady walking up to us. We walk into them. Mousy stops right there between 183rd and Prospect. I'm saying to myself, why did he stop here? Next thing you know, when we munch up, we see Flex says, "What's up?" to Miguel. Miguel was Felipe's brother. Felipe was the president of the Hughes Boys. So when Felipe passed away, when he got murdered, Miguel took over. Like, he took over, but not took over. And may Miguel rest in peace. He took over, but not took over. You understand what I'm saying? He was like, everybody like gave him the respect because he was Felipe's brother. So you could say Miguel had a little higher number than every other Hughes boy that was there who was an officer. You understand? Who could have become a prez. You know what I'm saying? If Miguel had not been there, God knows who would have become a prez back in that time. It would have been hard. You know something? I never thought about that. And then again, I don't think it would have been no prez because all the officers that was there, they had respect for each other. Then I became an officer, so, you know what I'm saying? Me and Holy Cow was always tight. Me and Mix 2000 was always tight. So it would have been hard. It would have been hard. But anyway, we meet up. So I look at Mousy, and Flex looks at Miguel, and Miguel say, yo, what's up? Because Miguel thought that it was Rocksteady. So Miguel saying, Miguel came up to Flex like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So Flex like, what's up? Miguel like, what happened? Miguel like, yo, one of you guys jumped my man Mousy. And then that's when Mousy speaks. It was like, nah, wait a minute. It was not none of those guys. It was these guys right here. So when I look, that Mousy points up, I turn, when Mousy pointed up, I look to see who was it. Who were the real guys that try to jump Mousy and the rest of the Hughes Boys. I looked, the first person that my eyes hit, it was Jesus. The first person. Let me go get something to drink. Come take a walk with me. The first person that I see, it was Jesus. Now, I'm getting something to drink, guys, so come take a walk with me. So now, I look at Jesus, and Mousy again points to Jesus. So I'm saying, oh shit. I'm saying this little, I'm like, this little mother, you know what I'm saying? You already know what I'm about to say. This little mother fucking, I don't want to curse, man. I don't want to curse. I want this to go green. You feeling me? So I said, you already know what I said. I said, this little F, whatever. I just said, yo, this dude just don't learn, He's always, hold on, guys. Hold up. I'm like, he's always in trouble. He always start things. Hold up.
Here like in 15
All right, ma. So, this dude always like to start things, bro. Always. Since I know him. Since I know this dude, bro. So, I remember that I came up and I said, you again? I swear to God, I remember I said, you again?